And now I'm going to very casually introduce a shirt which you might be familiar with. Not bad, eh? Hello and a very warm welcome back to Phil's Corner. This is a channel all about football shirts, kits, jerseys, whatever you call them. They're all here at this channel. And my name is Phil. I'm a writer, commentator. I basically talk about football shirts for a living. And this channel is just my chance to indulge in that hobby with you guys, to join with you in the world of football shirts. And today's episode is a very special one because for the first time ever on any platform, I'm going to be showing you my entire football shirt collection. And I've never done this, I've kind of been putting it off really, but I've had so many requests over the years. So this is a world first, this is an exclusive on Phil's Corner just for you guys. Because we've got so many shirts to go through, I'm not going to be doing my usual question and answer section, so we'll park that till episode 19. But I do still want to say thank you to Foot Fanatics, my sponsors for today's episode. And many people will know about Foot Fanatics because I've been working with them for quite a few months now. And I really enjoy what they have to offer. I just want to talk a couple of minutes about why Foot Fanatics are so good for UK collectors. Now, if you're after a Brazilian shirt, take the Palmeiras shirt. They've just won the Copa Libertadores and they have a wonderful design from Puma. One of the best shirts of the past few months. Foot Fanatics will stock all the variations of that shirt. So you'll have the version with just the main sponsor, but then the version with all the secondary sponsors, even shirts potentially with match detailing depending on if the team has got to an important match. Now, that Palmeiras shirt probably isn't the best example because they are probably selling out as we speak. I think at the time of recording you'll probably be able to pick them up in certain sizes, but given their success in the Copa Libertadores, they're going to be very highly sought after. But the general point is, guys, that you can get shirts that you couldn't get in UK or even European retailers. And one of the things I love about Brazilian shirts and many South American shirts is those sponsors. I love those versions where you've got several sponsors on the chest and the sleeve. And sure, it clutters up the design, but I kind of like that. I kind of like the charm of that. Check them out. Check out Foot Fanatics. And you can always use the code PHILS10 for 10% off if there isn't another promotion running. So that's Foot Fanatics, guys. Do check them out. As you'll see in my collection that I've got with me, a lot of the shirts are Brazilian shirts from the last year that I've got either been sent or bought from Foot Fanatics. So I've really grown to love and appreciate Brazilian shirts, and I hope you can too. Check them out. There's a link in the description to Foot Fanatics. And of course, when all the new 2021 shirts come out as well, Foot Fanatics will be one of the first places you can get hold of those new shirts. So look forward to that as well. Last episode, you guys responded in an amazing way to the giveaway that I was running for the Sport Recife shirt. And I'm very pleased now to announce the winner of that giveaway for that shirt. And the name of the person who has won the shirt is Dan Solo. So Dan, please be in contact with me. I think probably Twitter's the best way. My Twitter bio is linked in the description as well. So do reach out to me. And thank you to everyone who entered. Because the giveaway went so well, I thought I'd do another one. And I thought I'd continue the Brazilian theme with another prize from Foot Fanatics. We've got this Palmeiras jacket. And I think this was from 2018 when they were still working with Adidas. A fantastic brand new with tags. Blue Palmeiras kind of training walkout jacket. Pretty good now when it's snowing at the moment. Or even in the summer, to be fair. A very versatile jacket here in a lovely colourway. So that's a Palmeiras jacket. All you need to do to win this jacket is leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. So once again, guys, you can win this jacket. To be honest, if the giveaways keep going as well as they did last time, we might do one every video. Why not? But that's the jacket there. And you can enter right now as you're watching this. Leave a comment. Make sure you're subscribed to Phil's Corner. And good luck entering the competition. Another reminder to subscribe to the channel because that is the best way this channel is going to grow, is through subscribers. And the more subscribers I have, the more giveaways I can do, the more content I can produce for you guys. So it really means a lot. If you are watching this, maybe you're a first time viewer and you're just intrigued by what's going on here. If you subscribe, you'll find out when I drop new episodes, when new content's come in, when I'm doing more giveaways on here. So make sure you're a subscriber. Even if you don't want to enter to win the Palmeiras jacket, you can still be a subscriber. It would mean so much to me. And if you'd like to go that one step further, you can also support me on Patreon. And on Patreon, I've got a range of member-only benefits. There's a Slack group where I'm regularly chatting daily, and there's a great little community now that we're building, sharing deals, also getting first dibs when I sell stuff from my collection. And indeed, many of the shirts you'll be seeing today will probably be on sale in a few weeks, and patrons will get to know that first. And there's also going to be a shirt as well, which patrons will get for free as part of their support. Since the last video as well, since the last episode, 2 more people have joined in support. So thank you to Smith and Tom for being a supporter of mine on Patreon. So yeah, check that out. There'll be a link again in the description to that. And I've also done a short video as well, which I will also link above me. And that just talks about some of the things, some of the benefits you get as a supporter on Patreon. There's a few different tiers. Broadly speaking, you get the same thing at every tier though. And yeah, that would mean loads as well, guys. So thank you to my Patreon supporters. And if you're interested, do find out more. So as I said at the start, I'd usually do a Q&A at this point, but I didn't really want this video to be too long, and I wanted to get through as many shirts as possible in a reasonable length of time. So I'm going to park that for today's episode, and we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to show you now all the shirts in my collection. Now, a few things just before we start. Many people, I think, assume that I have hundreds and hundreds of shirts, that over my time as a collector, and kind of if you've watched me on Twitter as I've grown my audience, I might come across as someone who has tons of shirts, but actually I don't. This isn't the biggest collection by any means. I don't actually keep an eye on how many I own, so I don't actually know. It's going to be funny going through now. I'm almost going to be doing a bit of a count myself to see how many I've got, but I don't have tons. And also I don't have the rarest shirts or the most expensive shirts. Many of my shirts are actually quite modern. I only really started collecting in around 2017 full time, so most of the shirts actually are in that range. But there are some really fun shirts, there's some really rare shirts, some stuff which I'm sure no one else has, alongside some classics which you probably all have, some bargains which I'm sure any collector will have in their own stash. But yeah, this is a really highly personal collection to me. There's a lot of stuff which I've appreciated growing up, or maybe looked back and thought that is one of my favourite shirts from that time. And maybe I might be the only person who thinks that. But I'm really excited to show you guys. And one day I'd love to do a sort of MTV Cribs style video with you, maybe take you around a gallery of wardrobes and framed shirts. But at the moment, it's a lot more humble than that. I've got tons of shirts on hangers and also 2 boxes next to me, which are full of zip-locked bags with shirts inside. So there's a bit of both. I'm going to do a few shirts in the flesh, if you like, and then a few that are zipped up. I did consider unzipping all those bags, but I didn't really fancy putting them back in again. So it's going to be a bit of both. I will show some pictures as well as we're going through. As a general rule, most of the stuff in the Ziploc bags tends to be the sort of higher value stuff, but there are a few exceptions. I have still pulled out a few for you. But yeah, I'm just going to go straight to it, and because of time, I'm not going to spend too long on each shirt. You know what I'm like, I could probably waffle on and do about a video's worth of content for each of these kits. And actually, as I do this, I'd be really interested in the comments. If you see a shirt in this video which you like and you'd like to find out more about, or maybe the team or brand intrigues you, let me know. I'm always keen to know what you guys want to see. I don't just want to do what I want to do. I want to know what shirts you guys want to hear about. So as I'm going through, let me know in the comments. Let me know which shirt you'd like to see more of, or which team you'd like to find out more about. So yep, this is my football shirt collection. We'll start with one of my favourites. This is the Boca Juniors shirt from the late 90s in this fantastic Nike template. Gorgeous shirt, a bit of damage on the sponsor there, but I love Boca Juniors shirts. I'd love to have more Boca Juniors shirts. One of my favourites to wear, as well as one of my favourite designs from the late 90s, so that's a good start there. Another one of my favourite teams here, Club America. Was this 2017 or 2018? One of those years. And a great design, which you can pick up quite cheaply still. Really, really like this one. And now Venezia's current away shirt. This shirt, of course, you'll be very familiar with if you're on Twitter. Football Shirt Collective, who I do a lot of my writing for, actually stocked this shirt for a really good price, so you can buy that one from them as well. But really nice colours again. Look at those colours. Gorgeous design. And another Nike shirt. I promise not all my shirts are Nike. Marseille's away shirt. I love this design. One of my favourites from this season. And now the wild Minneapolis City shirt. The funny thing about this was actually designed by the same guy, Matthew Wolf, who designed the Nigeria kits of 2018. So some great people behind it. And a wonderful shirt. Now this shirt, which I recently photographed for Twitter, it's a fantastic fourth shirt from Napoli from the Macron era. The funny thing about this is it's basically a fusion between the third shirt from that season, which was a camo design, and the away shirt, which featured these really vibrant yellow and light blue colours. So they combined it for this crazy fourth shirt. Incidentally, this is actually the European specification sponsor as well. You'll notice it doesn't have the second sponsor there, it just has the one slightly smaller main sponsor. Just from a colour perspective as well, this is absolutely wild, but I love this one. In long sleeve as well. The fantastic Prudente shirt, which I mentioned I think on the last video, with the Foot Fanatic sponsor. Really good stuff there. And this is one of a number of concept kits, or kits not from actual professional teams. This is FC, which was a really nice collection that Icarus did. Icarus, who are the manufacturer there, there's one or two shirts coming up from them as well. And they did this fantastic concept around the Mesopotamian Premier League, an idea of a series of clubs from that region of the world, from ancient history. And this is one of my favourites from that collection. Look at the colour, sort of galaxy pattern and colourway there. And this is a couple of shirts with my name on the back. It's a personalised shirt from Football Manager, thanks to them, from their FMFC programme which they launched this season. Really nice shirt actually, in collaboration with Hummel, and lovely colours, the Football Manager colours of course, and nice typeface at the back too. But now let's dig into the archives. Let's go into the cream of the crop. We've had some good shirts already, but let's get some really good stuff here. They're in Ziploc bags, but I can't wait to show you. Now here we have the Corinthians Senna shirt, and I've showed you this before on this channel. I absolutely love this version, not least because it's the player issue version. So you'll see a few different touches, such as the material of the applications, even the strip at the back, which runs longer on the player issue version. But I absolutely adore this design. I really enjoy player issue shirts. I've got a handful in my collection, and this was one of my favourites. Really hard to get hold of, and there were a few knocking about for a lot of money. I was really happy with the price I paid for this one, and one of my favourites. So that is the Corinthians third shirt. Now this shirt isn't particularly rare. It's Valencia's home shirt this year, but what's really special about this one for me is that I was sent this by the club, and I'm a big fan of Valencia. Valencia, one of my favourite teams growing up, so really happy to get that shirt. Now this is a fantastic shirt, again a player issue shirt, Marseille's third shirt from 2010-11 I think it was. What I like about this design, well, it's the top stitching. There's a really nice triple coloured green, yellow and red top stitching across the shirt, and it's a tech fit shirt, and Adidas in this era were a lot of fun with their player issue shirts, but really good stuff. One of my favourites, probably my favourite shirt actually of that year. Really happy to own that one there. Now this shirt is without a doubt one of the most valuable in my collection. It's a match issue, or possibly even match worn, Hidetoshi Nakata Parma shirt. Now the way it's in here, I've kind of had to fold the collar over to preserve the print on the back, but I will show you some pictures now to get the full effect of this kit. I won this in an auction, in a charity auction, and Parma shirts of course are legendary for their colours and their design. The fact that it was potentially worn by Nakata, or at the very least issued to Nakata in a game, is incredible. So really happy to have this one in my collection. As I say, probably one of my most valuable shirts. It's in long sleeve too. Really good stuff. Now Freiburg are a team who are going to come up a few times because again they're one of my favourite clubs in world football. I love the story behind the German club and their ethos. They're one of those teams who go against the grain in many ways of modern football, and I really like them and their kits, particularly their kits with Hummel. This design was actually quite controversial with fans. A shirt inspired by the Black Forest. It wasn't loved by fans at the time, but I really liked it. It's got a name and number as well on the back. And that crazy sponsor, that local German dairy company, I believe. Really good stuff. Despite the colours clashing completely with the shirt. Really like this. And I'm a big fan of Freiburg shirts. This design needs no introduction. Portugal's shirt from 2004. The Nike template, which many people didn't like because it was so ubiquitous, but I love this. This is probably my favourite version of the template. And because I'm a hipster, it's got Helder Postiga's name and number on the back. Of course, it's quite an odd choice, being from England. But I really like the shirt. And I really like those numbers inside the circle there. That design which Nike had, the way that they used that Total 90 theme across all their boots and kits and branding in that time was pioneering. It was really strong and really impressive. So Great stuff there from Portugal. Now Slovenia, another team which I absolutely love. And I actually had my honeymoon there. I really enjoyed the country. Beautiful place. And beautiful shirts, of course. This one from 2018, I really enjoyed that mountain motif which they always play on. And another Nike shirt. So you can see I'm a bit of a fanboy. And now I'm going to very casually introduce a shirt which you might be familiar with. Not bad, eh? Now this Grimo shirt from 2018 is in here in a bit of a funny way to preserve the number and sponsoring. But it's one of my favourites. I really like that typeface actually, incidentally, with that Umbro diamonds cutting in on the side there. And Uber sneakily sponsoring as well inside the numbers. But I love Grimo shirts and this design. And this is actually one of the rarest shirts in my collection. This was a limited edition run from Parma. And they did an anniversary design based on one of the teams that they were formed from. And the design is gorgeous. It's a really nice design with the yellow and blue bands cutting across. All the sponsors, all the various sponsors were in blue. It's even got Gervinho's name and number on the back. And really like this shirt. I believe there's only 400 of these made. So again, one of the rarest in my collection. And one of my favourites as well. A wonderful shirt here from Umbro and Flamengo. Flamengo shirts, of course, very memorable from the 90s. For lots of reasons. This one actually has a number 9 on the back as well. In that fantastic, chunky 90s Umbro typeface. Some really good stuff from the red and black of Flamengo. And we have another Freiburg shirt. This one, again, was a limited edition shirt. From last year, and they did this fantastic red and white striped design. I really like this, had to get this as soon as I saw it. There's also various details, bespoke details, thanking fans of the club for their support during the COVID pandemic. And yeah, I just really like Hummel shirts. In fact, just today, as we've been filming this, I've bought another Freiburg shirt from this year, which I'll be showing you probably in a future video. I just love Hummel, I love Freiburg. Really good stuff here from both of them. This is the gorgeous Hackney Wick FC shirt. The story behind this is really good. This would deserve its own video, really. The club got involved with local young people and they worked directly with Nike to design this shirt, which is one of my favourite shirts of the year. The details on this are absolutely outstanding and it's all come together to produce one of the favourite shirts that I own. This is a really funny Jeff United design. I believe I showed this on a previous video, but there's actually a dog inside the shirt. And I'll show you a picture so you can get the full effect. You see, if you look at it at the front, it looks like a fairly normal shirt. But even on the back, you get an idea of the craziness of this J-League shirt. And Japanese shirts, of course, are usually fantastic. This one has a really fun surprise inside as well. This is Liverpool's goalkeeper shirt. I think this was their last one from New Balance, wasn't it? And this isn't a particularly rare shirt. It was quite highly sought after. But I really like this from New Balance. They ended actually quite strongly. Their last few shirts were really good. Including their goalkeeper kits. And the black and gold, of course, very much on trend. And we've got another Icarus design. In many ways, this is probably the shirt most of you will associate closest with me, because it is the one I'm wearing on my Twitter profile picture. A really interesting concept behind this one, in that it was designed on the team that used to play near Chernobyl. FC Streutel Pripyat, I think they were called. And the colours of this are what excite me the most. Look at that yellow, red and blue. It's very vibrant. And yeah, just another example, a typical Icarus shirt in many ways. Creative, vibrant, and a really nice addition to any collection. I hope you've got a cup of tea because we're not even halfway through at the moment. But we'll keep rolling. Into third shirt, of course, with the Pirelli sponsor. I really like this shirt. I really liked that they actually gave Pirelli a chance to have their full colour logo and the design, which very much evokes Pirelli tyres as well. One of my favourite modern shirts. We've got another Slovenia shirt, another Nike Slovenia shirt. Many of you will remember this design. I think this was 2016 if I'm not mistaken. A lovely lighter shade of blue and that mountain pattern again, which you can see. Really nice look. I'd love to get hold of the away or the green variant actually as well. This is another concept kit from Killer Villa, another great brand who do a range of shirts inspired by hip hop artists. And I'm not really into hip hop particularly, but I really love Killer Villa's shirts. So really happy to have this one. A lovely monochrome design. The quality of these shirts is really top drawer. There's a really nice plastic crest there, which you don't often have on concept kits. So really good stuff. With the wonderful sponsor as well. Love Killer Villa shirts. Do check them out. There's some really good stuff on there. Now this shirt has a really good story. This is actually a shirt from These Football Times. And many of you will know the magazine These Football Times. One of the best football publications out there for sure. And I actually won this in a giveaway. Won this giveaway And yeah, this is a reminder of the time before I was able to run giveaways, when I was on the other side of the curtain, so to speak. A Hummel shirt, and I believe Beyond the Pitch is a podcast, or was a podcast. And there's the old These Football Times logo. So this is quite a rare shirt. I don't think there was many of these made. But a really nice one. I'm going to keep hold of this one for sure. Another good Hummel shirt as well. I'm going to finish my first box with this Chad Baker Rangers shirt. Again, we've talked a lot about this because recently I mentioned how this is available for much, much cheaper than I paid for it. But at the same time, it does have the wrong colour name and number on the back. So a really weird mistake, which I quite like actually. But I really like this design. And yes, it was very cheap, and I think you might even still be able to get it. But it doesn't take away from how much I like the colours and the pattern from this one. And I think this shirt as well will remind me very much of the early days of Phil's Corner as well. So I'm very happy to have this one. Lots of good memories. Wonderful design. Now let's do a bit of a quick fire round. I'm going to go through several shirts now. Basically just by name. For Madison's Drip Kit. We've got a wonderful concept shirt from Kit Locker. Look at that sponsor. Liverpool's completely garish lime green shirt. The Toxic Thunder shirt. With Coutinho's name and number on the back. And joining Coutinho is a fellow Brazilian, Alexander Pato. Look at that typeface, one of my favourites in the collection. This is Real Madrid's Parley shirt, and they did a collaboration with Parley. Parley, an organisation who work with Adidas and help to reduce ocean waste and raise awareness of ocean pollution. Great nicey design from SK Brand. Look at the sponsors there, look at the orientation of their sponsors. Wonderful stuff. And there's a great typeface on the back too. One which I'm sure many of you own, the absolutely disgusting Loca CD shirt with the prawns on the front. Yeah, this is probably the worst shirt in my collection. Another 90s Nike shirt. This is Tyrrell Innsbruck. Look at that sponsor there. Lovely bit of Nike from the 90s once again. This is a team called Paris Saint-Germain, a team which formed as basically a support group when COVID started. They started out doing kind of Zoom quizzes and things like that. And they designed a shirt to kind of celebrate that. Really, really like this. With a number on the back as well. And a great local sponsor. Got 1874 Northwich. Many of you will know this design. Designed by Phil Galloway, the fantastic illustrator. I said this was a quick fire round. This isn't really any quicker, is it? Old habits die hard. This is the Fluminense goalkeeper shirt. Of course, reference to the 90s as well. And continuing the Brazilian theme, we've got Botafogo. Great design from Kappa. And this is the stunning Orlando Pirates shirt from, I think, 2017. Many people didn't really know about this shirt, but it actually is a really nice use of that classic Adidas equipment era design with the 3 stripes over the shoulder. I've also got the away, which I'll show you shortly, although that one did just sell in my latest collection sale. And this one will be soon to follow, but I do love it. And speaking of Adidas, this is the player issue Seattle Sounders shirt. Interesting detail about this one. This was actually voted on Twitter as the best MLS shirt of all time, which is quite funny. It's not the best MLS shirt of all time by any means, but it is a great shirt with the Xbox sponsor. And best of all about this shirt, you've also got Obafemi Martin's name and number. Look at that MLS typeface. I really, really like this. I was really keen to get hold of a shirt with this typeface. And actually just the details of this one as well, with the chunky Seattle Sounders call out there. Lovely stuff from Adidas. I'd say it was about time to crack open some more from the boxes, so let's get a few more Ziploc bags. Another shirt that needs no introduction, Fiorentina's shirt from the late 90s with that Nintendo sponsor. And actually I prefer this one of the 2 Nintendo sponsored shirts. This is my favourite with the extra gold details. We've got a more modern shirt here, we've got Japan's 2018 World Cup shirt. Love this samurai design, which will really age well and stands out because it was bespoke to the team. Now, PSG fans will want to look away now because this is actually a shirt that was worn in that famous defeat to Barcelona, the comeback victory of Barcelona. But nonetheless, I love the iridescent application of the shirt. This is the player issue version of the design. I mean, even as I'm holding that, look at the colours in that PSG crest and Nike swoosh. Another Japan shirt. Japan, a bit like Slovenia, one of my favourite countries for shirts. Really like this design. I don't think any other team had this. I don't remember any other team having this particular design. And look at that feather detail even in the inside neck. Really good stuff. And this is the player issue version of Japan's latest shirt. Absolutely wonderful design. And in the player issue spec, which I talked about in a previous video, you get all the best things about Adidas at the moment. And just for good measure, we've also got the replica version, which I used in the video to compare with the player issue. And I think this is the only shirt in my collection where I've got both replica and player issue. From a content perspective, I think I'll keep both because it is quite interesting to have. And actually, I love the shirt so much, I don't mind having it twice. Now, this wonderful Barcelona shirt is a replica of the design that was worn in 2009, I think, in the Juan Gamper tournament. And I love the colours. Look at those stripes down the middle. One of the best ever Barcelona shirts, I would say, in modern times. We've got a shirt from Kit and Bone. Kit and Bone, of course, who used to sponsor my channel, and they do fantastic work, fantastic prints. This is one of my favourites of theirs. Inspired by probably my favourite period of kits, 90s Dortmund, the luminous 90s Dortmund kits. Another Slovenia shirt here. Really like this two-tone green design. Really nice shirt here from FC Not Alone, who work to support those who are struggling with loneliness and depression, and a really important cause with Calm as well, again a charity who work with combating loneliness. Not only does this shirt support so many good causes, but it's a really nice design as well. Now, for those who don't know, I actually live in Huddersfield. I came here to study and I've stuck around, so I've quite enjoyed seeing Huddersfield quite a few times. So I was happy to get hold of this 90s. I believe it's a training or even a third shirt. I'm not quite sure. There's not much information on it. But from the fantastic 90s brand Super League, I love this kit with the Panasonic sponsor. And it's quite baggy and chunky, that wonderful 90s feel. We're jumping back to Phil's Corner episode 1 here. This is the Fiorentina shirt with the massive 7-Up sponsor. And again, I did a full video on Fiorentina, so you can go and check that out for more. And to find out what is actually beneath that 7-Up sponsor, because there is a hidden surprise underneath there. Another short personal history story now. My dad is from New Zealand, so I've always followed them in various capacities in various sports. This 2018 design with the ferns on the sleeves, you can just see on the back there, was really nice. It's a shame New Zealand didn't make the World Cup, actually. I think this would have got a lot more traction if they did. But nonetheless, very happy to own this one. And again, another short personal story. I mentioned that I went to Slovenia on a holiday. One of the places we visited was the capital, Ljubljana. And this is an Olympic Ljubljana shirt. Sadly, there weren't any games on at the time, so I couldn't go and see them in a match. But I still picked up the shirt from the club store. And the previous season they'd actually won the league, so there's even the league winners patch there. So quite an unusual shirt, which I believe was only available in Slovenia. Hope you guys have been enjoying this look. I promised a quick fire hammer before. I am going to stick to that now because I've got a big pile here on hangers. So I'm going to go through one by one and just name the team. I'm finding it surprisingly hard not to waffle on about each shirt. I'm sure anyone who's watched previous videos won't be surprised to hear that. Orlando Pirates away to match the home one from before. A great design from Homburg Saar FC from the lower leagues of Germany. This is match worn by yours truly in a promotion for Everton shirt, which I was involved with work. So I got to wear that at Goodison. Another shirt with a name on the back. This is Yorkshire's latest shirt. One of Napoli's away shirts from the Macron days. A 90s J-League shirt from Yamagata. Galatasaray shirt, I think this was 2017. An underrated design, I would say. One of Valencia's recent away shirts. A Vasco da Gama shirt, another Brazilian Kappa shirt. Now this is a replica of Denmark's 92 shirt. But bizarrely it doesn't have a Denmark crest, and I've been trying to figure this one out. It does have Schmeichel's name and number on the back as well. As far as I know, it is basically just a replica from the time. But I've been trying to find out more about this. It looks great nonetheless though. And this is the red version of the bruised banana template. No crest or anything, but it's a pretty good design, huh? England shirt from 2002. We've got Galatasaray shirt with the same template as England had in 2002. We've got the wonderful Zambia shirt, and the other version, the orange version, is just beneath it as well, hung up on the same hanger. And again, a couple of Liverpool shirts from the Adidas era. The one underneath is the one I showed in the previous video, with Phil number 7 on the back. So I've hidden that one from sight here. The shirt which in many ways kicked off the M&M Direct revolution, the long sleeve Columbia shirt from 2018, which is available for about a tenner or even less. Unbelievable price. For it is actually a really nice shirt. We've got another Brazilian shirt here, the wonderful shiny crested Santos shirt. And we've got a shirt here from the Tailored by Umbro days. This is Tux FC, who I believe are a South African team. And a really smart shirt, almost looks like a school uniform there. Really good stuff from Umbro. A really vibrant orange shirt here from Viborg. And this is a Southend shirt. I was actually born near Southend, so this one has a lot of personal connection to me. And a fantastic chevron design there as well, which I believe is the same one that Manchester United had at the time. There's a very niche shirt here from FC Santa Cruz. And I got this as part of a shirt swap I did. And it's got all the hallmarks of a great shirt from Central or South America. Even an explosive football there in the crest. Really good stuff. We've got yet another Freiburg shirt here from the Nike days. And another Icarus concept shirt here. A collaboration with the great site Urban Pitch. Don't forget, just as I do begin to finish, if you like any of these shirts and you want to find out more about them, comment, let me know what you'd like to see videos about. I'd be very happy to share more. And I should also say at this point, as many of you guys will know, I often sell shirts from my collection. And the majority of stuff I would sell at the right price. There's probably maybe 10 or 12 shirts that I would never sell. But everything else has its price. So I'm open to offers as well. Whether that's on the comments here or through Twitter. Let me know, again, if you've seen something and you think, oh, I'd really like that. Make me an offer. I'll be very happy to listen to it. And more often than not, I do actually sell shirts, even some of the rarest shirts. So I'd love to hear from you. We'll finish with a few more Ziploc bags. And I don't need to tell you about this one, do I? This is a great shirt from the brand Charlie. And a tie-in with none other than Star Wars. And this had a massive Sith Trooper helmet on the front. And I really like this from Charlie. Imported all the way over from Mexico. Another Valencia shirt here, one of my favourite teams. And this is the sort of Total 90 Mark II design, which I quite liked. This is actually a customised, bespoke Dortmund shirt from the brand Prain or Prain Paris. And I ran a giveaway with them, and as part of that I got this for my own collection. And you can see just the start of the design that's been put on top of that. So quite a unique, interesting piece here. One of my favourite shirts, the Nike PSV shirt with the crest that is so high it's tucked underneath that wonderful racing flag collar. So much to like about this PSV design. Speaking of 90s Nike, great Dortmund shirt. The away variant of that wonderful design, which inspired in part the Nigeria 2018 kit. I think this might be the oldest item in my collection. It's a Roma training jumper or sweater from the Yenair days, and you can tell it's Roma not because of any crest but because of that sponsor, the Barilla sponsor. And this is actually a match issue or even worn Colo Colo shirt. I think this is probably the favourite number set I have in my collection. Those Nike swooshes within the numbers, and you've seen loads of Nike shirts by now, so you know how much I like their designs, particularly in the 90s. Colo Colo, of course, with a great badge as well. I'll show you some pictures on screen actually to get the full effect of this kit. A wonderful shirt here. And the 90s Nike just keeps coming. We've got an MLS shirt here. The New York Metro Stars, one of the best crests in my collection. A great sponsor there as well with the team name. And a wonderful, typically 90s, one of the best 90s Nike designs. This is a shirt from AS Velasco, a team in Italy who collaborate with artists to create their designs. Their shirts are some of the most artistic and beautiful in world football. And the amateur team based out of Italy are well worth a look for any kit. This is my favourite shirt of all time. I've talked about this before. It is probably my favourite shirt of all time. So very happy to get this one in long sleeve. The away, of course, came up not long before. And yep, this is one that I will keep hold of forever. The penultimate shirt is a Providence City shirt. Providence City are a great account to follow on Twitter. They love kits, and some of their kits have been really creative. And this particular design, which I'll just flip over, as you can see, most of the portion of the shirt there. Designed in collaboration with a local brewery in Hummel. And really, really good stuff from Providence City. And just as I show you what I thought was the last shirt in my collection, I've just realised I've actually got another stash. So in a bit of a last minute adjustment, this isn't quite the last shirt in my collection. I've got about a dozen more to show you. And before I get to those, this is the Viva Nagasaki shirt. Wonderful design from Hummel. In quick fire, we've got the Fluminense third shirt, the Flamengo shirt, Providence City's donut design, Red Star FC's fantastic away shirt, the Bristol City goalkeeper shirt, based of course on that Denmark design which we looked at earlier, Boca Juniors fantastic away shirt, based of course on the Germany 1990 design, a 90s NSC Breda shirt with a fantastic Fujifilm sponsor, Flamengo's really nice recent home shirt with a fantastic script within the red and black there. And save one of the best for last, we've got Napoli's fourth shirt. Of course, a tribute to the great Diego Armando Maradona. So guys, I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely knackered. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be actually going through all these shirts. And I couldn't resist talking a little bit about some of them, rather than just passing them one to another. But I hope you did enjoy that. And yeah, the way my collection works, probably half these shirts, if not more, will be in your hands in a year's time. I do sell quite a lot of my collection. Even some of those ones that are bagged up. But that's how I like to do things. I like to keep things moving. But there are a few really special ones in there. I'm sure you could probably tell as I was pulling them out which ones are really special. But I'd love to know what you think. Were you surprised by some of the things I had? Were you surprised at how many shirts I had? Were you expecting some more older shirts, or maybe some different teams that I didn't have so much of? Are you surprised a Liverpool fan has so few Liverpool shirts in his collection? Whatever it is, guys, do let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And there you go, guys. After so many requests, I've finally shown you my football shirt collection. The cat's out of the bag. My secrets have been exposed, but I hope you enjoyed this look. And I do want to say thank you once again to Foot Fanatics for sponsoring this video. Do check them out and the fantastic shirts that they have on offer. And to my supporters on Patreon for supporting me as well on there. And if you made it this far, thank you for sticking with me. I hope it was worth it. I hope there was 1 or 2 shirts in there which you really appreciated. But that's all for me, guys. I need to go and have a lie down. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you for episode 19.